Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. I recently reviewed a game that I loved called Deception, Murder in Hong Kong. It was recently called CS Files, but it's being released right now. It's probably going to be available in the next couple weeks from Gray Fox Games. And I like the game so much, I wanted to show you how it felt, because this is really an experienced game. Sort of like Mysterium meets Resistance Avalon, which are two of my favorite games. Now a few things to note. You really need to already know how to play the game to really enjoy this video. So if you haven't read the rule book or played it before, go ahead and watch my review of the game, because in the overview I show you how the game's played. Now once you know how the game's played, I urge you to play along. And by that I mean, there's going to be someone that's going to say close your eyes. And I want you to close your eyes with that, and the murderer will do some things, he'll wake up and do some things, and then he'll shut his eyes, and everybody will open their eyes, and then open your eyes with everybody. That way you're sort of on the investigator's team trying to figure this murder out as if you're sitting at the table with us. Of course, afterwards you can always go back, and now you know the solution, watch it again, it will give you a different perspective of what's going on. So without further ado, let's take a look at Deception. So we randomly gave the rules out, but the forensic scientist is Greg, and so the rest of us are going to go through and figure out who the murderer is, and Greg is going to start us with the script.
All right, everybody, close your eyes. All right, murderer, open your eyes. And murderer, point at two cards, a clue and a murder weapon. Okay, everybody close your eyes. Everyone's eyes should be closed, and everyone open up. Just look over what's out there.
Sudden incident as a scream.
Scream? Wow.
Scream
from a machine.
Shooting.
It could be from a machine.
Yeah, that's what.
It could be a switch, like an electrocution.
Sure, but
It could be the victim screaming after being kicked.
Could be kicked.
Locked room. I could see someone getting locked and being afraid and just screaming.
Sure,
Yeah.
but that's not really sudden per se.
Could be a sniper
Yeah, but-
too if somebody shoots.
But like, I don't
window.
think like you even have time to scream when you get shot.
What
by a
if you
sniper.
don't get
Victim's clothing is
What if you don't
shabby.
get hit?
Victim's clothing is shabby. You know, machineries people, they
Sure.
wear those uniforms that's all dirty. They're
Or
pretty
back to
shabby.
the locked room idea, they could be some hostage that's been locked up for a long
Sure,
time.
that's true.
Their clothes get into disrepair.
I mean, it's not a locked room, but I do feel like the machine.
Also, a cleaning
Shabby.
cloth, shabby. Something's dirty and not right, so you need, there might be someone trying to look nicer.
Scream from scream. It could be
else?
dumbbell, like a gym accident. Shabby.
severe injury.
Severe injury.
Oh, so machine again.
Machine
Keep in
again.
mind dumbbell, right? If something like fell on them. Severe injury from that dumbbell.
Or kick.
I mean, getting hit with a stone is a severe injury.
Sure. Shabby.
A
shabby
sniper's
clothes. I mean, I don't think panties are considered shabby clothes.
no.
There aren't. Oh well, I guess what else is it gonna do with clothes? Machine feels right.
Yeah.
It's not, but
General impression.
Cruel.
cruel.
Well, machine, like obviously that's cruel, right? But I mean,
The stone could be
Locked
screw.
room.
yeah, locker room also is cruel. Weakened state.
No,
That
no,
doesn't
no.
feel-
Day of crime is the weekend.
Oh,
right?
sorry.
Week-
Sorry.
it's the
Day,
week-
day of crime weekend. That's completely different.
Weekend.
The weekend.
Crime happened
So
on weekend.
that points us away from machine. Machine.
Yes,
why,
yes, it
why
does.
is that?
Because
Factories run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm an
Yeah.
engineer for a factory. I get calls on the
was
weekend.
Also, I know, but I mean, he would pick weekday if he wanted to point us towards machine.
I don't know. Machines run all the time. I don't think that's.
All right, and
But something
so
that takes place on the weekend. So let's think about the
so
weekend
again, if
more.
we're going towards
Dumbbell?
dumbbell, right?
I
Dumbbell.
don't really think it fits in with locked room.
What?
Although, to
of
be
course,
fair-
it doesn't fit in with locked room. Locked room's over here, right? Dumbbell. I mean, panties, bandages, ants, toolbox. Shabby. I mean, ants. Maybe. Well, why would dumbbell?
Could be going out to a
Ants.
restaurant on the
Shabby
weekend.
ants
Menus.
fits shabby, right? Give us a location. I mean, I guess location doesn't help us too much, so we should take this with a grain of salt. Otherwise, we would have given it to us earlier.
Park.
Park. Go. All right, he just placed the last one, so Arjun, you get the
All right.
first up to 30 seconds to state without a
So I know park isn't supposed to mean much since it's our last clue, but it kind of puts me away from machinery, right, and more towards kick/dumbbell. Screaming and shabby. I mean, in that area, I'm not sure, but severe injury, we could move towards toolbox. Not really. Maybe ants if it's like, some, homeless person getting kicked and then has ants around.
Well, the addition of the park actually seemed pretty significant to me. Stones are found outdoors, and just because he put it last doesn't mean that it's not important. So, I'm thinking, I did like locked room initially, but you wouldn't have a locked room in a park, so I think that steers us away from that. So I'm looking now more at stone, and the weekend is a little bit tough. It could be pointing to going out for a bite at a restaurant, going to eat, see the menu. That's what I think.
Yeah, I'm with you. The park, the weekend, the park's stone, it's a cruel, and the weekend is coffee or menu. I'm probably leaning towards those two things.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at the beginning of the second round here, and one will get replaced. So we took off weekend.
Oh, weekend goes away.
Time of
death. Morning. Okay, that's even more the coffee. The menu. Again, it's pointing
It's
towards...
definitely. I mean, shabby is still
not.
throwing me off a little bit.
Yeah, but shabby, like, I think of somebody running through a park. It was the weekend. Someone's exercising around the park. Like, you always see that stuff happening there.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah, it
not
doesn't
me.
need to be a
Right.
fancy restaurant. I'm
Right.
just projecting
No,
that on.
Thing.
Plus, shabby is people wake up on the weekends and they go to breakfast in,
Yep.
like, their sweats. Like,
Yep.
I'm waking up and I'm going...
I mean, you took away weekend for a reason, right? And weekend was pointing you towards menu and coffee as well. Right?
Okay.
I think that in this case, if it's kind of no longer happening in the weekend and instead happening at morning, right? Instead happening at morning, not on the weekend. I mean,
I think
Again,
it's still
that
on the
pushes-
weekend.
I mean, yeah, it could be, but it's
All right,
not so
Arjun,
strong.
Give your 30 seconds.
Okay. Taking out weekend brings machine back into the play. I still am leaning towards something on Dan's board. All right.
Narani.
Well, I think this is even stronger credence to the coffee idea. You drink coffee in the morning. I mean, menu is a possibility, but I think he specifically said morning because, you have your cup of joe when you wake up. So
Okay. So yeah, I'm also thinking either stone and menu or stone and coffee because of morning there. But because he took because he took weekend out, again, if machine's back in there and I'm thinking about machine, I'm thinking possibly oil painting because I'm thinking someone wears shabby clothes when they're getting paint all over themselves. They don't really care. Also, I've also seen a lot of people set
I
up
actually know.
paintings in the park and doing paintings there. So taking out weekend might put us down that road again.
Sure.
All right, so now we're going to go to the third round.
Make this one speak to me, Greg.
you want to take out morning.
It's going to be the corpse condition.
Still warm.
Still warm. All right. Arjun, go ahead with your. And again, you can guess anytime.
Yeah. Eventually, we're gonna have to guess. I don't have too much to say.
Yeah,
actually.
I don't either. I'm gonna make a guess, and I'm gonna go stone and coffee.
No.
No. Oh my goodness. Still warm. What's still warm? The corpse is still warm. Is there anything on Dan's board that could be?
So, cruel, shabby, scream, severe injury in a park.
Still warm. What could that mean other than? I mean, what are the other ones? They're stiff. Okay, so it's like it just happened, or
Yeah.
that one's kind of hard.
Happened sudden? Not the ideal final clue, but it is what it is.
Still warm.
See, initially I was thinking of, stone and coffee, maybe stone and menu, but now I'm wondering if I'm
All right,
narrowing
I gotta
myself
guess.
in too much. Let's hear it.
Kick ants.
Nope.
Aaron, you got it. Let's
Down
do your
to
last
me.
guess.
Kick ants.
The reason I was thinking ants, I was like, maybe park leads us towards the second one, which could have been ants there, right? Ants around the scene of the crime.
What are you thinking?
Oh, I guess. I mean, that's a possibility, but still warm. Body is still warm. I mean, that could work for kick or stone, I guess. So really, whether I think it's Arjun or Dan. I don't know. I just feel like menu would have been, morning. If he was deciding between these two, I feel like Greg would have not used morning because coffee could be so easily, coffee is so much more strongly morning. So because he put down morning and not evening, I think you said kick and ants and that was wrong.
Yeah. So what else could go in the park?
Workout in the morning. And there's
Sure,
ants.
workout in
So
the
I'm
morning.
going to try dumbbells and ants.
No.
Oh God. What was it?
You were so close.
What was it?
Dumbbell and toolbox.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What did the
Wow.
toolbox have to do with this? Let's
I was
hear it.
imagining
I was hoping those two would be close enough together that it wouldn't make sense.
they were so similar to each other.
That's why I picked
Especially since there was a hammer showing. So I was thinking it's hard, right? But I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
with the severe injury, the cruel severe injury scream.
Yeah.
Sure,
Oh,
but that all
scream, I
points towards
completely forgot
dumbbell
about
too.
Right, which is fine. I didn't mind if it
That's
pointed
fine,
you
that's
towards
fine.
dumbbell.
was fine.
As far as location goes, obviously tools is tough. But I thought of these,
Yeah, the
and
shabby was a good clue.
shabby was like either they're fixing something or they're working out. Either way,
I
shabby,
like that.
Yeah.
right? And
Clues always make sense in retrospect,
Yeah.
right?
It's true.
Shabby. Still warm. I said that.
and
those clues are
I
hard.
was able to successfully get you guys off a machine,
Yeah.
thankfully, and you went towards yeah, because I mean I got rid of weekday, I was like weekend,
Yeah.
morning, like I was real and worked, but then it was like how do I steer them with the two that they gave
Yeah.
me towards this? I almost said dawn because I was imagining like working out first thing in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I was like, toolbox isn't dawn, so maybe morning you get up on a weekend because it was weekend.
Yeah.
You do a little work around the house. You're working out. You're kind of getting things done on the weekend.
So what park again? Just
Well,
exercising in the park?
it was almost sort of process of elimination. If I said like vacation home, that's not going to point towards toolbox or dumbbell.
Right.
If I say supermarket, it's not going to point towards those things.
Yeah, nothing really works
School
well.
isn't, woods isn't, bank isn't. So this was almost.
you kind of
I
have
almost
to-
wished I could have gotten rid of that one.
I know.
because that was the hardest one and the most misleading. But I did think at least park might make him think of like jogging through the park or exercising in the park, and so I that's what I went with.
I mean, got us half. Of
You were
it,
half
but-
there, and he said dumbbell really early, and I think he even said toolbox fairly early too. But it was about.
Did you say toolbox?
I thought you did.
Dumbbell bandages. I was deciding between dumbbell and kick, and bandages and ants.
Yeah,
I never really got on the toolbox train.
yeah, it was
What else
tough.
could have helped with toolbox?
That's
though?
really hard.
Of the options I had, it was tough.
Yeah.
No, I think you picked good
You
clues.
picked good ones. I
You
don't
guys
think
were
we could've
really
played it
close. We got close.
better. Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Good. There's
All
deception.
right.
All right, well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that. It gave you a better feeling and flair of how the game feels, how it runs. Now, a few things to note. First of all, we were sitting really close together. We had to in order to get all the cameras set up in my small studio that way. And because we were sitting so close, we decided to tap our feet when the eyes were closed. The rules don't say to do this, and you don't have to do this, but if you're sitting really close and tight together like that, it might be something you might want to try. It worked for us. Also, some rules, we sort of play a little light or sort of house rule-ish, where typically the rules say that as soon as the last bullet's placed, there's a small discussion period and then you go to the 30 seconds. Well, we bend and break that sometimes. With only 4 players, a lot of times we don't even need the 30 seconds because everybody can sort of hear each other talking. Where in a larger game, you're going to need that because there's going to be so much chaos. So sometimes we even skip over that round and just say, does anyone have anything else that they need to say? And sometimes we go right away. Sometimes we let some discussion. And you saw some of that variables there. But overall, you know how it feels. Wow, I got off scot-free. I was happy. We played multiple games of this. This seemed to be the one that had the best feeling of doubt and possibilities. Both of my cards were mentioned at least once or twice during the game, which made it good. Plus, it was still unclear as which one of the 3 of us was it. It could have been either one of us at each point in the game. So I hope you enjoy it. And this is a fantastic game, and hopefully you know what it feels like, so you can make a decision on whether you want to buy it yourself. That's Deception, Murder in Hong Kong.